Welcome to the smartest vlog in the world, 2.5 Brains, Survivor Season 38, Episode 4, just wrapped up. We're diving in here. Our vlog is so good. Can I tell how good it is? Our vlog is so good, we don't even need our parents to bribe money to make it happen. That's how good it is. Too soon. Okay, so let's dive in here today. Before we do get started, make sure you subscribe to the vlog so you get all the updates sent right to you. Follow us on Twitter, Yo Grabba Gabba, and like the Facebook page, Pavement Road Productions, and email pavementroadproductions@gmail.com. Comment away, and let's go ahead and dive in here to episode 4 of the season. And I'll bring my co-host, the great, lovely Jessica Tarasek. Jessica, come on in.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thanks.
So let's go ahead and get started here. We just finished up the episode. Let's dive in. As we always do, we'll start with the 3 big moments of the season, of the episode that go across this season, multiple seasons, and we'll start with our moment number 1 on the list here, which was going to be the crazy swap. Tell me about...
Or unswap.
Or, yeah, whatever you want to call it. Definitely was a crazy...
No swap.
Weird...
Split of a tribe and one person moving to another tribe, basically.
Yeah, it was odd. What do you think about it?
It doesn't really add anything to the show, because all these people have been working together the whole time anyways. So we're not going to get to see new alliances, because it's all alliances they've been building. Except Wendy's just going to fuck everything up. Sorry, oops. Can I swear in here?
It's family
Mess
show.
everything up. Wendy's a little cuckoo, so I don't really see these people liking her that much.
Wow, and I found 2 minutes in. Awesome.
Oops,
So let's, that's right. So, obviously the swap, crazy things happen, but I've never seen a swap quite like this. All the seasons of Survivor we've seen, there's never been anything that's been just quite like this. I mean, and I think War Dog said the odds of it were less than 1% of falling the way it did. So very strange.
Did the math.
I guess. Very strange, very odd turn of events, and a historic swap, because I said it's not historically good. I think they couldn't have gotten much worse results with a swap. I think they wanted to swap things to make things different and unique, and that's not all really what happened. So maybe a unfortunate swap for the producers, but a swap nevertheless.
I guess.
Even if you want to call it that, but definitely a bizarro swap. One of the crazy things I've ever seen as far as a swap goes.
I mean, just forced the losing team basically to just build another camp.
In essence.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, but let's talk about that other tribe. The new tribe, the 3rd tribe. Obviously, we've swapped from 2 to 3, which we've been doing every season. I mean, every season since San Juan del Sur has had 3 tribes. Before that, the season before that had 3 tribes. So every tribe since 29 has had 3 tribes at some point. So I guess they really like this. But the second thing I want to talk about was the new tribe. What are they?
Lehoozers.
Lezoozers? What?
Lezoozers?
Lezoozers.
Yeah, exactly. They're losers.
Certainly they turned out to be again this week. And then
it's a fitting name, as David Wright said.
David Wright said it's fitting that they are the losers. Lezours. Either way, they lost again, continue to lose, and what do you think about this tribe?
I don't think they work very well together. They may have really good bonds, but there's obviously, they're doing something wrong that they can't win challenges. I don't think they're incapable of winning challenges, but there's just something not clicking when they're trying to work together. But I don't know. I don't see very much for them, I guess.
Well, I think they lost again. If they would have lost with the same tribe, they would have just voted out Wendy. In this case, they had to vote out one of their core group.
Right.
But either way, it's that core group is even fractured. I feel like it's kind of like I feel like,
Now they have to. Now they have to turn on each other because they don't have any easy targets anymore.
right. And I feel like, David's been targeting, Wentworth the whole time. Wentworth may not even know this. And I feel like they need to just hash it out, just argue it out, and get on the same page. I feel like there's unwritten, under the surface tension that may be causing them to second guess themselves. They're kind of walking eggshells around each other instead of just going for it, And I think it might be part of the problem. That being said, maybe they're better off just losing the rest of the time and just starting over. And Matt's saying this thing, I don't know, but definitely they have been the zoozers for sure of this season so far.
Yep.
What's the third big moment there?
This is Reams Island. It's not Gullah Gullah Island, but Reams Island.
Gullah Gullah. That's another reference I didn't think I'd have this week, but all right, good to go. I mean,
I would like to see Binya Binya on there though, but
okay. So, obviously in season 24, Troy's saying, "This is my island," because it was him against all the girls in Tarzan. All the girls and the one guy who wasn't really, whatever. And he was saying it's my island, saying you can't vote me out now. Keep winning challenges, get them all the way to the end, blah blah blah. So it was his island, and Reem's treating it like it's her island. And she's like, I don't trust people, right?
She's really saying she doesn't trust people. She's just like, I'm not pitying anybody that kicked me off. It's a game. It was gonna happen to you or somebody else, and it happened to you and Keith, and now Chris, and now Devins, but. It's not your island because you were there first.
I mean, she's not the mayor of Ponderosa. She's the constable of Edge of Extinction. EOE. 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 No, okay. I don't know. I mean, she's definitely not showing much of a social game. If she's showing the social game, they gotta vote her out.
Yeah.
Because
Keith is the one that turned on her.
True, true it is, yeah, and they're buddies though. I don't know. I just don't. I mean, she was like, I don't like them, and I don't want to work with them, and blah blah. Who knows? Maybe I have to work with somebody to get back to get in the game. So claiming it's like your island, it's your show, and everybody else is just whatever. I mean, none of you are even in the game, so you might as well work together. Because what's the difference? I mean, I don't know how they get back in. I don't know what happens if they win or lose or whatnot. But you might as well just stay in the game. Or you might as well just work together because you have to get back in the game eventually. I don't know. I don't get it. But let's shift gears a little bit now. Talk more about instead of the long term overarching things. Let's talk more specifically about this episode in particular, and we'll talk about the.
Keep turning.
We'll talk about the. Wow, this is amateur hour here. Let's talk more about the.
He just wants to be in the shot completely.
So let's talk more about this week's.
No one wants to see me.
3 key moments to this episode.
All right, fresh start. Same Wendy.
Yeah, so Wendy got a fresh start with a new group of people, right?
No, her first business order was to release the chickens, and by George, she did it.
Is George name all the chickens?
Maybe it could be George.
Could be George. They had Mark the chicken. We had Jeff the chicken. Jeff the chicken got his head chopped off pretty early on. That season, but no, I mean she he comes in. Aubrey's talking about her. Aubrey's like, oh, I want to work with her because she could be a number for us, blah blah blah.
Yeah, she's got her loyalty, but she's kind of crazy and she doesn't work well. I mean, she obviously doesn't work well with others.
I would say she's not just a little crazy. I would say she's very crazy. I was
being kind.
She said that saving the chicken's life is worth more than $1 million to her.
Well. What did David ask her if she's playing to win, and she's playing for the chickens.
She said, yeah, I'm playing to win. Like, okay. Your definition of winning and mine are very different, I guess, because she's definitely not doing anything to help herself win.
It's like the one challenge they win, and they win chickens, and she wants to let them free.
I mean, I just don't get it. I said she back to her old shenanigans, and I don't know. It's interesting. She's a wild card, which you need on the season. You need somebody who's going to be, not just be the same type of person every time, but she's an odd one. She's definitely a kooky one, for sure. So, we'll see what happens with her going forward. But she had a chance. This is her chance to kind of just go back to normal. Not be the Jatia, just go back to being normal, being the normal person who just is a number for a new side, flip on her old side, and instead she just shoots herself in the foot in a pretty epic way. So, at the very least, she could have made it look like the chickens escaped, right?
Oh, for sure. She should have. Then it wouldn't have looked bad on her, and she still would have did what she wanted to. And we would have known she released the chickens. Her teammates or tribe mates didn't need to know that. But now that they know that, they want to get rid of her.
Right. And who knows, maybe she'll still survive because she's so, not a threat. Yeah. Maybe she's going for that CM money. I don't know why she's trying to release the chickens, but it was a storm that night. Something could happen. They could have she could have cut the thing.
Looked for it. There were enough. What am I trying to say? Outdoor factors that could have happened.
Sure, certainly. They could have bit their way through the net. Who knows? Whatever. But
either way, Eric's gonna find one of those chickens and catch it and kill it and eat it.
I hope he kills right in front of her. That'd be really really sad, and in a good way. So that's moment one of the week. What's our key moment number 2?
It is Lauren becomes a target. Lauren is throwing up and won't eat at the camp. Everybody's going to think she's weak, and it doesn't look well. They're not winning challenges anyways, and to keep her around, it's not going to help them. She's going to get weaker, she'd get sick, she could be sent home anyways. So why not just get rid of her?
And in this case, there's 5 people who are close. They don't want to, vote anybody out. And it was actually very interesting that they kind of went back to, like, the season 2 Survivor of voting people out. Like, the reason they voted, for example, Jessie Camacho, I think she was the second person voted out of Survivor Australia. She had voted out because she was sick. She was throwing up. She was a pretty strong chick, but she was throwing up, couldn't handle it, whatever. And you know what? Maybe, she maybe would have been recovered and been fine, just got rehydrated, who knows? But we'll never know because she got voted out.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, though.
It is.
Unless they're actually helping you to rehydrate and giving you food, you're not really going to recover that well out there.
Right, and so who knows? And maybe she would, maybe she won't. But the thing is, I just found it interesting that they resorted back to the very very basic voting people out strategy.
Yeah.
Vote somebody out because they're sick. It's like a mercy to them, and it shows that they really do like each other. If you would have been like, oh, I'm gonna vote her out because I don't like her, right. They had to find a reason to vote somebody out. In Survivor, you really don't need a reason to vote somebody out. You just vote them out because you want to win. But they needed a reason because they didn't want to look like they're betraying each other.
Yeah.
And that was the only real reason they could find to vote somebody out. So they targeted Lauren because she was sick.
Yeah.
So do you think that's a good enough reason to vote for somebody? Or in this case, what do you think that was?
If I was in their situation, I probably would, because if you're close to people and you don't want to kick them out, you're doing it to help them, to get them somewhere where they're going to be good. But with this season, she has a chance to stay on anyways, and she probably would have just stayed on. Whether or not she would have stayed in Extinction Island that long for being sick.
Right.
Who knows? She could have chose to leave, or they might force her to leave if she's really that sick and not eating. Not going to get food at Extinction Island, so.
And she wasn't terrible in the challenge. She was the first one over the thing they had to climb over or whatever. So, that's saying something that they're that weak of a tribe, that their sick person is leading the pack.
Yeah.
In the physical portion at least. So.
But she's an athlete.
She is,
No, former athlete.
Collegiate athlete. And she's not much beyond college at this point. So, we'll certainly see. But that was the reason I voted me out. Made her a target, and she probably. They probably target Wentworth again if not for Lauren giving them that reason to vote for them. For her.
You would think, but who knows?
Who knows? And we'll never know. And then the third reason, the third moment.
Rick's final broadcast.
Yeah, he started off the episode, the Tribal Council, by giving an update, right? And he's like, I hope this is not my final broadcast. And then later on, he's like, if I went home, I'd understand. I wouldn't have any hard feelings with anybody. Not that I want that. What do you think about Rick's final stanza here?
I liked it. He kind of showed himself. It was his last chance to do it anyways. He showed who he is and what he does, and it was funny. It added to the show. It
did. It's interesting to see that now it's been if you had asked me who's going to be the first person voted out of the season, I probably would have said Reem. I would have said Keith next, probably.
Well, you were 2 for 2.
But then after that, I wouldn't have said the other two.
Yeah.
It's been very, people Rick was my top I'm sorry for that. It was my top 3 for the whole season really, and I said apologize for that. But now he's out of the game, and he could still get back in. He'll still be on TV at least.
Yeah.
For at least a portion of it. I'm sure they're gonna give him a confessional or two on Edge of Extinction Island.
Probably.
They'll probably get more than like people do normally.
Yeah.
Even though he's not in the game. So I don't know. We'll see. But it definitely was a bit of a swan song for him. It was and I don't really understand what War Dog's doing voting against him, but I guess we'll get to that a little bit later maybe. Any other thoughts on the exit of Mr. Devons?
No, he'll be missed. I liked him on the show. Him and David made a good team.
They did, and he did a good job, and it was good professional, good entertaining player. So we'll see. Maybe he'll still be around for a while. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Moving on, let's talk about this week's bottom 3 in no particular order. Who do you got for this week's bottom 3 players?
Mr. David.
David Wright. Why is David in the bottom 3?
Well, now he's got probably more of a target on his back that doesn't have his ally with him. He's going to have to get in good graces with the rest of the tribe to hopefully not get voted out. I could see him, he's more on the outskirts with them than the rest of them.
I mean, yeah, for sure. He lost his number 1 ally. He's in trouble. I mean, if they go back to tribal council again, you would think he'd be the one voted out. Who knows? Things happen all the time. I mean, I would have thought Rick was going to go far in the game. A swap, I can't really say he got swap screwed because, I mean, the only thing that changed was Wendy was there and it wasn't an easy vote.
Yeah. I mean, if you say that, I feel like all of them kind of did.
Right. So you can't really say that, anybody got particular. It's just the way it happened to fall. It was maybe a bit of bad luck, but other than that, it was just what happened. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I'm not I'm not saying that Rick did good or bad or indifferent, but I feel like I feel like Rick went out. The reason he went out, and David is now kind of left by himself. And I think that's why David's in the bottom 3. And nothing really against. He didn't really do anything wrong particularly. I think maybe he should have been openly targeting Wentworth, maybe. But
maybe things would have happened differently.
Would have happened quicker at least, and he would have known where he stood and could have adjusted.
Right.
That being said, Lezu probably has an idol too on there, so David should go find it. He's our found idol in his Survivor career. Wentworth's found 2 in her Survivor career, so it might be worth taking a look at.
Yeah.
But he's definitely down the numbers for sure. So we'll see what happens. But it's not looking great for Mr. Wright. It's looking kind of wrong.
It's very funny.
That's not what I do. Anything else? So you want to move on to player number 2?
Move on to the next one.
Bottom 3 player number 2. Ugh. Go ahead.
Said they're in no particular order.
Just the second one chronologically.
The next one.
Wentworth.
Wentworth.
Why is Wentworth here? I mean, I think we kind of know, but what do you have?
She's not. Now that she's playing a bad game, she's not really, to me, playing an outstanding game. She's there because nobody's kicked her off yet. Nobody's voted her out yet.
She's got good bonds with a couple players, which is good. And I would have said a swap probably was going to help her, and it really maybe did, but it's hard to say because
the other tribe has more of a mentality to get off the existing players. Right now, they're not talking about it that much on Lezu, so she might not be in that much danger. Although War Dog consistently says that she's a good shield for him.
Right.
So.
I feel like Wentworth is there because, like how you said, nobody's getting rid of her yet. I feel like they could get rid of her whenever they wanted to. And I just feel like she's there kind of not because of anything she's done.
Right.
That's kind of how I feel. Like again, she's a good player. She knows the game. She's smart. All those things, but I feel like she's hasn't made a move. I feel like she's just kind of.
Nobody's really made. Well, they did. Chris was a big move.
Sure. Chris was a move, but that was happening either way. They were gonna move. They were making a move regardless. Wendy was the easy vote that week too. I just think Wentworth is there because, like you said, nobody voted her out yet. She's not really running the game, but she's still there. And anybody but me, I guess Sandra did that twice and won twice. So, I mean, it is what it is. You just make sure somebody else goes and it's not you, and you're good. But. I just don't know. I mean, I feel like if she gets the end, she's still got a great shot, even if she doesn't do it a whole lot, because she had the target on her back since literally moment 1, episode 1.
Yeah, it all depends on who's on the jury, though.
True, certainly, and I think it depends on who she's next to and all those things. But I feel like most people who don't make a lot of moves and end up at the end of the game have no shot. I think this season the return players will have a shot because people are gonna be like, why didn't you get rid of him? That was just stupid. So I don't know. I think she still got a shot to be in this thing. I still think she's definitely not dead by any means. I didn't think she'd make it through 3 tribal councils in a row, let alone 4. So good for her. But I don't think. I just feel like if anybody wanted to get rid of her, I don't think she has the capital or the agency to stop them.
Yeah.
I don't think she's definitely not running the game by any means. So that's just my thought. And finally, the bottom 3 player, round out the order here. Pretty obvious who it is, but go ahead.
Wacky Wendy.
Miss Diaz, yes. She said that thinking back, she said in her bio that she was going to win the game because Sandra Diaz won, and, she's a Diaz, and Sandra's a Diaz, so she's going to win.
Yeah, but
that's all it takes.
Anybody but her. Everybody's targeting her.
I mean, she's almost playing, so bad of a game that she's playing a good game. I don't know.
She doesn't really slack in tribals or in immunity, though. I mean, her tribe won. She did help. She wasn't that much of a burden to that.
And she's good at swimming.
Yeah, I mean, heck, she did that when she had her busted up ankle. She could still swim and pull the boat. Anybody else would have probably given up. But, I'm not, giving her super props, but she's not putting out a good picture for her anyways.
No, not at all. And I feel like, she's in a spot where, kind of like Angelina was last season, where Angelina, nobody liked her, everyone wanted to get rid of her, but she was there because she was going to win. And I feel like Wendy's almost in the same spot where people don't take her seriously. They can take her all the way to the end of the game. She's still going to lose. So it's a matter of if they just decide to get rid of her because they're tired of carrying her, tired of her antics.
Yeah, dealing with her stuff.
Right, and they feel she's taking a spot from somebody else. Maybe they get rid of her in that case, but I feel like she's just a really appetizing goat at this point.
Yeah, she's just the wild card to vote out when they see fit.
And you said the wild card can be helpful to keep around, but if it's your wild card, if you can control it, and I don't know if anybody can control it at this point.
And she took the flint, and then she got rid of the chicken, so I don't really know what she's going to do next. We'll see. Right.
And she took the flint and she gave it back, and the tribe's like, wow, she's weird. And they got swapped from another tribe, and had a chance to start over fresh like we said, and did the same stuff. So, I don't know. I don't know about how I feel with this Wendy person, but we'll see. I think in all honesty, I feel like she's just going to be on the bottom 3 till she's out of the game.
Probably.
But we'll see. So let's go ahead. Let's talk about the more positive side of it. Let's talk about the top 3 players of the week.
Okay. Mr. Ron Clark.
Is it coming out number 3?
Ron Clark Academy.
Yes, Ronald Clark of the Ronald Clark Academy. Why did you have him in the top 3?
Well, he put on a really good show for Joe when he was talking to him and told him how much he wants to work with him, and as they go to the clip after that he has no intention of keeping Joe around. He's got no alliance with him. He'll kick him out when he has to. He'll vote him out when he has to. So he's really good at hiding his true feelings.
He was snowing him harder than Michael Snow. Okay, that's how hard he was snowing him.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow too. Both of them together. He was snowing him better than a double snowstorm.
We live in Buffalo, so
yes. So we know a thing or two about that. I mean, it was great. They never do that. The producers never show 20 minutes earlier, flashback scene. That's not something they do on the show. So it was really good. He's talking to Joe like, oh yeah, totally, oh yeah. But it wasn't even that. I don't think it was that good. I think it's like, yeah, we should totally vote them out. Yeah, what do you want to do?
I don't think it was that bad, but
maybe not. But I just think if I just instantly as soon as I heard him talking to Joe, I'm like, he's bullshitting him for sure. There's no way he's like, oh yeah, for sure, we're definitely, on your. There's no way he was genuine. I could tell immediately.
yeah.
And obviously the whole thing was to let Julia go through his bag and see if they could find it. He had an idol, or whatever. But
My winner pick.
Your winner pick, yeah. So we'll see what happens. But he definitely shows that he knows the game. I get a little bit of a Mike White vibe from him from last season. A little bit of the same type of character, same type of personality. I feel like.
Yeah.
He
doesn't seem so like Mike gets spooked really quickly and then not want to be in alliance with somebody, though. I don't think this guy's going to be as bad, but
No.
I can see what your comparison is.
No, I hear you though, and I feel like that's. I feel like the answer is always yes. To quote Jeff Varner, who would say, he's getting pulled in a million different directions, and he did some stupid things after that. But I think the second season, people were want to get in alliance with him. He was like, yes, your answer is yes. I don't care what the question is. The answer is yes, and that's how you have to play Survivor. You have to just yes always, no matter what. Say yes to whoever the question is. You know about this person.
I think you need to be a little careful with saying yes to everything, but
ish. But whatever they're asking you about the person out, sure, yeah, whatever you want.
Right, I know what you mean. I just have to call you out on it.
Okay, fair enough. But you want
$900?
No.
I thought you were supposed to say yes to everything.
I don't have. I mean, if you have it on the island, you can have it.
Yeah.
Because I don't have it on the island either. But yeah, so I think he's playing a good game. I think we haven't seen much of that tribe at all, really. And was he the one Victoria was talking to about Joe?
Yeah, as Joe is behind him, or behind Victoria actually, and Victoria's, I want to keep Joe. Him and Aubrey are way too tight. Oh, hi Joe.
Yeah. So, Joe maybe is just dumb. Mm-hmm. Maybe he just believes Ron because he's an idiot. But I mean, I feel like Joe was like buying Ron's crap, and I don't know why he would. But maybe he would. Maybe he's just dumb. Who knows? But moving on, let's go ahead and talk about top player number 2 of the top 3.
War Dog.
War Dog, yeah, you're not your favorite. He's definitely
He's just got a huge ego that kind of drives you a little crazy. I know he refers to himself in third person constantly. Mm-hmm. That's what drives me crazy.
He's the East Coast loud guy. We were wondering if we were gonna get that this season because we always have it. The Tony Vlachos, the
Dominic.
The Dominic Abate, the Joe Mena, that type of character who's that loud, obnoxious East Coast guy. And we got it again. I think last season was supposed to be Pat Cusack. It was supposed to be that character, but he just broke his back in the first episode.
Yeah.
But I think that they had that pretty much every season. They have that guy, and War Dog's definitely that guy, that loud, annoying East Coast.
War Dog does what's best for War Dog.
Right. So I'm like, all right.
Direct quote.
Cool. This is War Dog's island. I don't care about anybody else. Okay, buddy. But that being said, I don't know why he's making the moves he is. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's just like, oh, girls, let's follow them, or if he just thinks that the guys are like not manly enough for him, so he doesn't want to associate with them. Mm-hmm. I really don't know, but for some reason he's following the girls and he wants to work with them. And I know if he thinks he can beat them at the end, which maybe he can.
Yeah.
But I feel like he gets to the end with a returning player, they're gonna look at him like he's an idiot, and they're gonna not give him the money.
Right.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
But he's in our top. So what are the positives? Positives is he's running the show.
And that's it.
He is the godfather, as he was called, of their tribe. So everybody is doing basically what he says.
And that's it. He's the kingmaker. He's the one who decides who stays and who goes.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's making good moves or not, the fact is he's making the moves. He's running the show. If you ask me who's playing the best game, well, I haven't seen too many people playing the game yet. Mm-hmm. So of the people players left, he's the one, right?
The other tribes haven't had to. They haven't lost an immunity, so they don't have to do anything yet.
Right.
So we don't know anybody on the other tribes, basically.
And it's tough, right? Because for Joe, this past episode, he's like, well, in case we do lose, we don't vote out type of thing. It's like, well, and that's good to start laying that groundwork, but it's almost better to wait
until you have to,
because then you don't want to start trouble. There's no need to start.
Right. And keep your alliances as tight as you can, and
don't reveal what you're looking to do until you need to. I think that what you want to do early is build social bonds. Mm-hmm. Get people like you, form a good alliance. Say, hey, let's work together long term. Awesome, and just do that. And then when you have to actually prove it, then you prove it. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't start throwing names until you need to.
Right.
And War Dog, like I said, the kingmaker can be a tough spot because they can blow up in your face big time. You can
what happened last year when they wanted to take out the Godfather?
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember who they.
Carl.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Carl. They called him the Godfather, and then they kicked him out.
Yeah. So things can happen, but I think he's running the game right now, so you gotta give him credit for that. Mm-hmm. Who knows how long it's gonna last? Who knows what's going on? But if I had to say who had a good week this week, I would say the War Dog had a good week this week, just for the fact that he's he made a move and he's now in the numbers. I mean, I don't see. I mean, like I said, Devins was run the game for a while. I felt like too, and he went home. I don't see this anything happen to War Dog because I mean, unless they get down too far in the numbers where they have to make fire or something like that or vote each other out, at the really low number. I don't see him going next. I see him if he wants to flip back to vote with David against somebody else. He could probably do that too.
Right.
But I feel like he's in the good spot, even if I don't agree with his decisions. I feel like he's still in control. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Nobody's really saying otherwise. Wentworth especially is the one that called him the godfather of their tribe, I believe. So they're all just willing. Well, she wants to work with anybody, so she gets kept around.
Yeah.
And he's the one that's in control completely.
And he's keeping her around. And usually they say the godfather is a bad term, but in this case, he's the one making the decisions, and whoever he says gets whacked. So that's what's happening. And then let's go ahead and wrap up here with our number one player of the week this week. Who do you got?
Miss Lauren.
Lauren. And why is Lauren the player of the week?
She didn't have to play her idol. She didn't play her idol, even though her name was thrown out a bunch of times. She was sick. She obviously felt targeted because she was sick. She knew that, it didn't look good for her, but she still stayed strong and didn't play it.
A 5-person tribe. You got 2 votes coming your way. And you don't play your idol. She's got the Wendell Holland balls of steel. Wendell is targeted time and time again. If Laurel or Donathan flipped on him, he was done. And he never played his idol. He kept it until the end, until the last minute, and then he used it to save his ally, who ended up voting for him to win. So obviously the idol has more value in the smaller numbers. That being said, 5 is a small number, regardless that there's not that many people left. There's more people left in the game, but on your tribe, there's only 5 left. Not the merge yet, so she wants to save it for the merge. I gotta think she's gonna play next week. And like I said, Liz Zoo's gotta have an idol there.
Yeah.
So, geez, find another one. Once you find one, you know what to look for.
Right.
So that being said, now everybody in our tribe, except for War Dog, has found an idol in their starter career.
Yeah.
War Dog's the only one on this tribe who's not found an idol yet.
He hasn't said anything about looking really though.
Right.
Besides what they did the group search together.
Right. I think Lauren is the player of the week this week just because she had the idol, she held on to it, she didn't flinch. It could have blown it. That's me. I'm playing the idol. I'm not going home with my pocket. I'm not going to be that idiot.
Right. She really risked that.
And it worked out for her. Not since Chris Noble on 36, who went home with the idol in his pocket. It hasn't happened that much lately. The last few seasons. It used to happen all the time. It hasn't happened that much the last few seasons. People have been playing them when they need to and not playing them when they don't need to. And it's interesting to see that she held on to it, and she obviously had a good enough read on the situation and knew that she wasn't going home, wasn't in danger. There she's just crazy.
She's really trusted her tribe mates.
And that could be a fatal thing, but let's say for Wendell it worked out. He held on to it until until the very end, and it helped him big time. So I don't know. I think that's why she's a player of the week for me, just because she held it, could have blown it. I would have played it. I would have gotten 2 votes. I would have played it. I would have blindsided my allies who were like, "Why are you playing your idol?" I didn't even know you had an idol. That playing idol prematurely could cost you later on. You don't have the idol. You also people are like looking at you like, "What are you doing?" Now they know you found idols. You could find another one. Right. Trust is lower. All those things. That being said, if I know I'm getting 2 votes and a 5-person tribe, I'm playing a freaking idol.
Yeah.
I'm not going home with it. It's whatever. Even if I don't need it, I only get 2 votes, and the other person was going to go home anyways. I'm still probably playing that, but good on her for not doing that.
Right.
So I think that's it. That's why she's our player of the week this week. Any last thoughts on that before we wrap up?
No, I think we covered all of it.
Cool.
Let's see what happens next episode.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. Looking to have a guest next week. Hopefully we get some responses here. People commenting on our post and liking our Facebook page and following me on Twitter, following Jessica on Twitter. We didn't give her handle at the beginning, did we?
No.
What is it?
Just T820.
Just T820. And then, of course, follow me, Yo Grab a Gabba, and like our page, comment, subscribe. Definitely subscribe. Email pavementroadproductions@gmail.com, and tweet myself and Jessica. What's her handle again?
Just T820.
We got through it twice in one show. There you go. Okay. I'm paid to advertise, and I advertised it twice. back to back. So there you go. Other than that, I think that's all we have for you here. Definitely make sure you check back next week. I'm excited for another fun episode. Other than that, I think I've got nothing else for you because the tribe has spoken.